Black bears have been making their presence known lately in our little corner of Benzie County, and they've raised some concerns from a lot of the people who don't live in this area or in bear country, and this is definitely bear country. So I thought I'd take a few minutes today and talk a little bit about black bears, the biology, their social habits as a species of our forest, and then talk a little bit about how we can minimize our interactions with black bears, thereby making sure we're safe, they're safe, and that they stay on their side of the fence, and that we are secure in our homes. Black bears are the second largest mammal in Michigan. They're the only species of bear in Michigan, although there is an occasional cinnamon-colored phase of black bear, which is very rare here in the Midwest states, much more common in the West. An adult black bear can run from 100 pounds up to the maximum size of about 650 pounds, which is rare. They breed once a year. The sows den up, as do the boars. A male is a boar, a female is a sow. And the sow goes into a den impregnated, and she will give birth in February to bear cubs that do not resemble bear cubs. One of my favorite little nature facts about black bear is that, considering its size, it is the smallest animal at birth compared to its eventual adult size. Conversely, the porcupine, another resident of our woods, is the largest animal at birth in relation to its adult size, as they're born at 1 pound and fully quilled. By the time the bears emerge from their den in late winter, early spring, the young of the year now resemble the cuddly little bear cubs that we're familiar with. And the sow will tend to them. The male has nothing to do with the process. All he really does is do the breeding in the fall and then moves on. The sow takes care of cubs. There can be 1 to 3. 3 is unusual. And those cubs will be with her for a full year until eventually she goes into den for the next year and the cubs are on their own. A cub in the fall might weigh 60, 70 pounds going into the fall. Bears are omnivores. They eat generally everything. I have made the comment they're really like oversized raccoons. They feed heavily on vegetation and fruit. In southern Benzie County, where we have a lot of apple orchards and cherry orchards, they do a lot of damage to the trees because they are not delicate when they eat. They tear branches off and then eat the fruit off the branches, which causes a lot of problems and really raises the ire of the farmers who tend those crops. They eat a lot of grasses and sedges, and they also include meat in their diet. Usually in our part of the world, that meat will be carrion, dead animals along the side of the road, and occasionally fish, but not very often. So they're always on the lookout for their next meal. Our interaction with those bears comes usually in the form of your garbage or your bird feeders. Those are two of the biggest attractions for bears. And you will know when you have a bear problem because they will destroy your bird feeders and they will shred your garbage and leave it strewn all over. They also leave distinctive droppings, which are large, dark, loose scat. And this might be a good year to pull your bird feeders in and to make certain that you never put your garbage out the night before garbage day. Follow the schedule of the garbage pickup and you've eliminated one of the major problems of potential conflict with these wonderful creatures that we share these woods with. I don't want to minimize the fact that they do pose a threat. There are attacks by black bear on humans every year in the United States. It is nothing like what happens in the West with grizzly bears and brown bears, but they do pose a potential threat. A sow is under threat at all times, defending her cubs. Her first reaction to your presence will be to flee, to take those cubs and either send them up a tree with a single barked order or flee the scene. If in either one of those cases you want to back away, if it is at close range, you might want to make yourself look as big as you can, wave your arms, and yell, "Hey bear." Bears have great hearing and a great nose, but their eyesight is not particularly good. You want to make sure that bear knows that you're present. If you're at a great distance observing, there's no need to do anything. Just enjoy the moment, watching one of our top-class predators roaming around our woods, as they have for thousands of years. You have to be cautious. I mean, this is not like foxes or coyotes or bobcats, none of which really pose any kind of threat to us whatsoever. A black bear could do damage, and the way to minimize that damage is to eliminate the attractions around your home or your cottage and just keep a healthy distance.